Hi there. Welcome back. I see my dog, Oliver, has decided to join us for the last part of the show. Today he's kind of decided to do his own thing. So I'm glad to see him here. One of the reasons I have the dog on the show is actually, you'll notice for those of you who watch the show on a regular basis, he's always there as stress relief. Animals are a huge part of energy, and who hasn't felt that meditative state as they're petting a cat or petting a dog? And sometimes when you're reading the cards, I may see a little more than what the questions are actually asking. So that's one of the reasons he's here, so that maybe I need to de-stress for just that minute, play with him, so on and so forth, okay? So, plus a lot of my clients asked that he join the show. So I'm glad he decided to join us at the last part. So today let's talk a little bit about intention. I get asked steady, really, Annie, you can answer a question through email, through telephone. Don't I have to be in person? Okay, so if we're looking at it like that, no, we really don't. Okay, unless we're looking for a specific person, that's more a medium's kind of work, then they might need to be there to feel an object, so on and so forth. But how this works is, you have an intention to get a question answered by my cards. I pull out this cloth with these cards, my energy guides have an intention to answer your question. So even if you send me an email 2 weeks prior to my answering it, the intention is still out there in the universe. So once we have that intention, at some point, your intention and my intention connect. So that's why it doesn't really matter if you decide to be a part of the show. It really doesn't matter if you live, say, where I have relatives in Sweden and you want to email me a question, by all means do that. If you live right here local to Dryden or area and you want to come and answer in person, by all means get a hold of me and we'll do that. No different with phones. We can pre-arrange to do that as well. However, because we need to set up times and stuff, you'd have to let me know. So we're accused a lot of asking people questions to get our answers. You have to realize some of those answers come to us in less than a second, and we have less than a second to decipher what that knowledge is. So I might say to you, you were thinking of moving, right? I'm not really asking you to tell me if I'm thinking that you're thinking of moving. I'm asking you to confirm. I'm telling you you're moving, okay? So, but either which way, my card should never make that decision for you. My card should show you the intention of the cards are to show you a different path to take or a different side of the coin to have a look at. For instance, this is a little bit controversial, but I'm going to use it. Let's look at the abused woman, okay? I get a lot of people who say to me, well, he hurts me, he pushes me, am I ever going to leave him? My cards can show you what will happen if you don't. And my cards can show you what will happen if you do. But ultimately, if you choose to stay in that relationship, or if you choose to leave that relationship, that has to come down to your own choosing. My cards can only give you a bit of guidance as to which direction, what will happen if you go this direction, or what will happen when you go this direction. And to give an example, I had somebody phone me with a card read emergency the other day. I'm not a dentist, and I'm certainly not a doctor. There's really nothing that should come up that is so important that cards should answer that for you. I'm not trying to hurt my own business here, but I'm also not trying to be a charlatan if we look at it that way. Because ultimately, even if it's in the moment, my cards are not making that decision for you. The very most they can do is show you what will happen if you choose A or if you choose B. Okay, so that's the intention of cards, and anybody who's doing this for the right reasons should have the intention of showing you two sides of a coin instead of just doom and gloom. So I hope that kind of makes sense a little bit. I was told earlier in the show by Yvonne, it's my show, so it has to make sense. I'm sure that's what she meant. If not, don't tell her, okay? So with that, I'd like you to be a part of the show. As you saw earlier, Thomas, just a volunteer, happened through the store to go shopping. asked me. He had never done it and actually asked a question. And he seemed to really enjoy it. So don't be shy. We can set up that you come and have a question in person. We can set it up that we prearrange a time for you to be phoned to ask a question, or you can email me. But the other thing I'd like you to get a hold of me for is, at the very beginning of this venture, we decided we want to watch the show grow and expand. So here's kind of my thought, okay? I want to learn a little bit more with my cards than just kind of sitting here and having that intention before the client comes to me. I kind of want to go and try something all new. I would like to go into somebody's restaurant, somebody's store, somebody's bank, and read somebody who's not expecting it. That means I need you, the business owner or manager's permission to do so, okay? It's part of my training because it's part of evolving not just my show, but also my business. I want to, at one point, and I need your help with this, at one point I want to walk into a room and pull 3 cards for anybody I approach and answer a current situation, but I need your help to do that, okay? That means I need your permission to come in, to start with without cameras, but at some point it's gonna be cameras involved, okay? So you, the business owner, talk to me. You, the horse barn owner, talk to me. Actually, I'm talking to you next week because we want to do different things. We want to make the community a bigger part of this show, and we want to expand our intention of what we want to do with this, okay? I love the fact that I get to do this local to where I live now rather than traveling back and forth to do that. Thank you again, Tommy. Donnie, Bruce, Yvonne, if it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this here. My intention is not just to put my show on the map, but perhaps show what Dryden has to offer as well, because Dryden's kind of partial to me. But I need your help, and I need Dryden's business owners' help to help my business and my show evolve. So don't be scared. I'd like you to please get in touch with me. And how do we do that? We can call me or we can text me at 204-724-8161, or we can email me, and it's going to flash below your screen at some point because people are brilliant at doing stuff like that. And cardreadsbyannie@gmail.com. Now, the other way, if you don't have Shaw, Channel 10, Dryden, they are gracious and put my show up on YouTube. So even if you want to involve your families in this, at some point down the road, once it's been aired here, you can ask your family to see it as well. And that's also through YouTube, Shaw TV Dryden. So many different ways to get a hold of us. Definitely many different ways of getting your questions answered. But I do hope that that breaks a few myths. Okay, and for today, I want to thank everybody for volunteering. I want to thank Oliver for finally joining us. And until next week, in love and light. Thank you.